Keep your wits about you, Walker. The goon squad may look weak.
Now that the E3 is done, it's time to give you my top 3 picks from this year's show. There are many fantastic games, I haven't watched every single one of them, but a lot of them truly impressed me. I'm gonna give here a special mention to Rage 2. It looks amazing. I mean, the gameplay looks absolutely fantastic. I was really surprised when seeing that, considering I'm not such a first-person shooter fan, but I will be picking up Rage 2 if they don't screw it up again with some ridiculous optimization issues and many other bugs and so on. I wish them all the luck with the game. At number 3, I will put Last of Us Part 2. When I first saw Last of Us Part 1, it was a similar situation to this. It was presented on E3 and I was blown away by all the graphical advancements possible for that previous generation, and also how the atmosphere, characters and everything felt alive. When I played the game, I was absolutely blown away, not only by gameplay but with everything else. Story, characters, voice acting, graphics, animations, you name it, everything was amazing in that game. It is no surprise though that I'm now very hyped for Last of Us Part 2, because this looks ridiculously good. It literally looks like a movie. Brutality, movement animations, graphics, atmosphere, combat, stealth, everything has me hyped for this game. I don't doubt that story will be amazing as well, next to fantastic voice acting that we've already seen from this gameplay demo, and we all know Naughty Dog is probably the best developer today, at least one of the best ones, so I can't wait for this bloody thing to come out. At number 2 we have Cyberpunk 2077. You may be surprised why is this even on the list, since there was no gameplay, or why when this is on the list it is not on first place. Well, you'll see when we come to the first place. Right now Cyberpunk 2077 has been finally revealed behind closed doors, and we know now what the game will be about. From everything that I've heard so far, the game will be a mix between GTA and Deus Ex. What that will mean is first-person view set in an open world. Considering that CD Projekt Red is developing this, there is zero reason not to be hyped. I believe if they do everything right, and they are, because they are taking their time with the game, thankfully, they are not dependent on any goddamn publisher out there, it's gonna be one of the best games ever made. From all the information, I don't believe that Cyberpunk will be out next year. Actually, I believe it's going to be out when next gen kicks in, which means PlayStation 5 and Xbox, whatever. I do believe that this will be cross-gen game, so we can expect some amazing graphics. The game is set in Cyberpunk 2020, tabletop pen and paper RPG. I think it was done in 80s, something like that, which was a great one, and guy that did that board game actually won an award for it. So they have a great setting, which I don't believe they will screw up. There are confirmed 3 classes in the game, but it's all a fluid system between these 3 classes, so you can combine these classes, make whatever build you want. And that means I'm gonna be a very happy camper exploring those options. Big websites had hands-on behind closed doors with Cyberpunk, and they came out utterly impressed. The game will be a true RPG, which means you will have a lot of options to solve one particular problem. The game will also be very brutal. They mentioned some kind of an eye exchange that you were watching directly when that guy who was operating on you took your live eye out and put in a cyber eye. So there will be plenty of these things where you can upgrade yourself with various technologies, which can lead to some amazing solutions to a certain problem. Last piece of information that I know is that we create our own character this time. We can choose male or female and customize it the way we want. I cannot wait for this to come out, but it's gonna be a long wait. Until that, there will be plenty of other fantastic games, and I'm hoping that my #1 pick for this E3 will be one of them. My number one pick for this E3 is Ghosts of Tsushima. This thing blew me away completely. The graphics, animations, combat, setting, voiceover, everything looked like Kurosawa's movie. That fighting scene beneath the tree is one of the best things I've ever seen in gaming. Those leaves moving, fluid combat animations, amazing graphics, Mongols coming in, shooting fire arrows. As I'm talking about it right now, I have goosebumps all over. I love feudal Japan, and although we have already Neo, that's an amazing game, and Shadows Die Twice coming out soon, and Neo 2 coming out soon, but this will be something different. This will not be an RPG, it's going to be an action-adventure game. Sucker Punch Studios have good track record with infamous games, and I believe they can pull this off. What surprised me as well is that there's stealth elements to it. How deep will those stealth elements go, I have no clue. What's the actual combat mechanic, also I have no clue. We don't have much information regarding all of this. Combat looks, it could be something like combat from Batman games, though I can be wrong here. It feels more heavy, it feels more realistic, and it's brutal as hell. Anyway, these would be my top 3 picks. What are your picks? Do tell me in comments. If there are some smaller games that I probably missed, do warn me about them. I'm always on the lookout for some smaller fantastic games. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you all soon.